Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikkel Drew Pelham. I talk about digital fashion design software and communication on this channel. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Today's episode is special for a number of reasons. First, I get to chat with the very talented Dorelle McPherson, aka the Fashion Tech. Also, we moved CAD chats from Instagram to YouTube Live. And this is the first time I'm also streaming live to LinkedIn. So lots of firsts for us, but as always, an exciting and interesting chat. Here are some of the highlights.
That's going way, way, way back. Actually, my mom was a seamstress, so she taught me how to sew. I've been sewing since I was 6 years old. She used to take me with her everywhere, so she took me to work. And, I learned all about pattern cutting. She was a pattern maker, and it was just, ingrained in me from the beginning. I started to go to showcase my artwork. And one of the teachers, she took a liking to it. She was like, you need to go to the fashion high school. I went to fashion high school, and then from there I went to FIT. And then from FIT, I got my first job as a receptionist in a sweater company. And as a receptionist, I did everything that the boss told me to do. So all of a sudden, I had all of these skills coming out of that job. In 1999, I started my career as a technical designer until recently, where I actually got my first job right now as a 3D designer, solo, no technical. Right now, I currently use Style 3D. I use Clo 3D. Browseware. I also have, I know, right? I also have history with Optitex 3D, but that goes a little bit farther back. But those are the things that I work with on a day-to-day basis, either working with people or, clients or actual work. At work, I use Browseware. In my, when I do things for people, I actually either use Clo 3D or Style 3D. And with Optitex, it's a little bit outdated, but I do still open that program for 2D patterns. So it's quite interesting. Yeah, that's the first program I learned is Optitex. Yes, Shimaseki, Daz, doing sweaters. I do actually use Procreate. I do a lot of my prints and my repeats and stuff in Procreate. Okay. If I'm just I like Procreate because it's on the iPad, and I can sit back in my bed. I don't have to be in front of the computer. I can just, either make a pattern or make like an illustration. My son and I, we go together and like look at each other's work on the Procreate. So sometimes we'll be sitting there with these, looking at each other's artwork. He's an artist as well. But I do use Procreate, Illustrator, and Photoshop. It's all integrated into 3D, so I do end up touching it as well. It's the fact that you can have an idea and you can see it come to life. Different from a sketch, different from an illustration. Yeah. It's real. You can turn it around. You can see inside, outside. You can change things in an instant. I like the gratification of seeing something that is as close to real as possible without cutting a garment. Just a different mindset from going to the fabric store and touching fabric, making your pattern, draping. I still do some of those things, of course, but with 3D, it's just such an instant gratification. And that's pretty much what I like about it. I think most beneficial is being able to have the conversation around the garment, whether it be a fit conversation, whether it be a texture or textile conversation, seeing what works. There's so many different ways to communicate about the actual style before you get to actually manufacture it. You have a clear picture, and you can get tie-ins from all of the different peoples, whether it's just you yourself, or if you have to answer to a few, dozen people. And it can be all done without waste. That is the biggest thing. I think it's just how it is sustainable, and can do all of that without cutting. For me, the most fun is if you don't know, Daz 3D is more of a creative software that people use to make avatars and scenes and all different types of realistic environments and treatments. And that's kind of where I started to really get excited about how beautiful everything came out. Seeing that final product, especially in a program like DAZ or Blender, just really, really excited me and it kind of kept me motivated. I think that is the biggest thing that I love, just seeing the final product. I think getting started is the hard part, and cutting yourself some slack when you're getting started. There's so many options, there's so many tools, there's so many things that just getting started and not getting overwhelmed is one of the biggest challenges. Being consistent. Personally, in my journey, I used to give myself at least 2 to 3 hours a week just to get on and practice. So I think the challenge is basically being consistent and not giving up on yourself. I mean, it is the future of fashion. It's not going anywhere, so giving yourself a break, but also being consistent with your learning. Mouse, because I am old school. I tried to use the stylus and it is not my friend. My son is from the new school, so he just uses the stylus 1, 2, 3, no problem. For me, it's a learn. Yeah. He uses Blender and he uses the stylus. I'm like, okay, you can have the display with the stylus. I'll just stay with my 2 computers here.
I am often very intrigued by people who use the stylus in 3D because it's that 3-button thing. And I was always told you need a 3-button mouse.
There's a certain workflow where they have the 3 fingers, and if you know what to do, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I'm like, y'all can have that.
Yeah.
And I've even had students who are using the trackpad. And that has really intrigued me because I'm like, really? A trackpad?
I can use a trackpad, but only if I have to. Like if I'm on a laptop and I have to do it, I can use it. But I carry a mouse in my bag, a wireless mouse. YouTube, the channel name is The Fashion Tech on YouTube. And on Instagram, it is The Fashion Indie. So you can find me on Instagram and YouTube. And those are mainly the ones. I'm usually like on Instagram, but LinkedIn, it's my full name, Dorelle McPherson, and you can find me like that as well. And also, the Udemy course is called Style 3D Essentials. So you can find it there too. I answer questions from everywhere.
Thanks for watching today's video. If you want to watch our full chat, you can check it out on the 383 Design YouTube channel, or if you follow me on LinkedIn, head over to my LinkedIn personal page. Also, if you want to learn to use Clo 3D, click the link in the description to sign up for my beginner courses. And if you're interested in learning Style 3D, check out Dorelle's course on Udemy. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time.